Hi MP, this is Arnav. I'm a
Hello.
freelance esports journalist. First of all, congrats on the win. But I would like to dive on BBL and IGL. Just quick summary, how did that happen during the off season?
Yes, thank you. First of all, how did it happen? Basically, going to the off season after I got kicked from Liquid, I didn't have in mind to become IGL. I said that I can be second leader, like a second mid round calling. I can do a lot of these kind of things. But then after a few trials without being IGL, and then BBL asking me like, do you want to trial with actual IGL? And then I did few trials with them with IGLing, and I had a few help from the coaches and stuff, and it went really well. I guess because they picked me up to the team, and it was just like very like natural process. Excuse me, that they just asked me that can you try to be IGL? I said yes, of course I can try. Like I take every opportunity because I didn't have a team in the off season, and then yeah, I enjoyed it. I have done it previously in the past. I know I knew that I could do it. That's why I accepted the offer to try out with the IGLing, and that's it pretty much.
Well, the first game went your way, so that's a good sign, I guess.
Yeah, I'm very happy to get the first win as IGL here right now. So yeah, it could have been better, a lot to improve, like a lot to improve. But I think that's the good thing that we win, and we can still learn so much of it. At least personally, as a team and a team wise. So I'm very happy.
Yeah. Uh, Talking about this only, there are two part of this question. First, as you mentioned, the coaches helped you a lot, so I would like to know from you that how it has been your experience with Pal and Marquin, if I'm not saying his name wrong. And the second part would be the scouting for the players, all Turkish young talents. We got to know backstory, how that thing happened in on the stream. But I would not like to know from you about the other
Yes.
players, how everything happened in BPL.
So yeah, first of all, the connection between Pal and Marknu is like really good. We kind of have a set roles of like what everyone does. Like Marknu is doing a lot of individual helping, especially to the Turkish players, because Marknu is fluent in English, and the Turkish people sometimes they might not like learn unsociable. They speak really good English, but sometimes because example, Pal is Scottish and he speaks super fast, and I also speak super fast, and sometimes they might not understand what I am saying or Pal is saying, and then Marknu is like helping them a lot, and in general like an individual helping, and then Pal is more on the tactical side and helping us to do like spotting mistakes and on the team like how we should do and stuff like this. And about scouting of the players. I think before I came, it was pretty much. I think Levin was the first signing that BBL had already confirmed before, like even going international. And also, Sociable has been in the Turkish scenes for so long. Like he's been one of the best players, firstly as duelist, and then as IGL, and then as initiator. He's been for so long. So those two were already in the team. And then when I joined, we basically had like few spots left, and I played with Profec a lot in other teams trials, not just BBL's trials, but we played almost 10 days together in other teams trials. I'm not gonna name them, but so I knew him and I knew how good he is. And after I kind of got into the team, I knew that I want him because he was best. It wasn't like purely just my decision. Also, everyone else liked it. And then Chiva was like the last piece because we were trialing with other duelists and putting Levin on Sentinel role. And after trialing both, we did the long process of trialing different duelist players, different Sentinel players. We had few other Sentinel players, but all of them were like kind of like not good for tier 1 in my opinion, until we tried Chiva. The first day of Chiva, I think all of like we had at that time we had Profec, me, Levin, and Sociable all like confirmed pretty much, and we had the fifth piece. And literally the first day when we tried with Chiva, everybody was like, he's good. Like we should, if we can get him out of all the options, that if Levin is gonna be Sentinel player or Duelist player, like Chiva is the best option. Like there is no point. And then we contacted Chiva and he came.
That's
Uh,
cool. Yeah,
And also
please.
I can say about VAC, there was also a lot of players like we were thinking, but exactly Chiva knew VAC before, and VAC had played like a similar roles as him, and we just trusted him, and he's been so far so good, really good for us, and he's been super positive and super happy about adapting to our game style and stuff like this, and I'm super happy to have him.
Yeah, definitely. Like he said on the stream as well that when he was told to play Vice, he didn't even had the agent
Yeah,
in his account, and he
it's
just
true.
yeah. So it's insane how flexible the team has been, and it really showcased. I want to point out a particular round which I enjoyed the most out of every rounds in the whole game. That was in B Pearl, B Long. The Astra did the fake smoke. You guys stayed there in for 45 seconds, and then Social B peeked with the knob and the drone and took the pick, and you guys straight went to the site. Nobody will ever think that after a fake smoke somebody will be hiding behind the box. So who was the cook in that kitchen who made that strat? I want to know for my rank teammates.
I don't think it was a set strat that he should, because I remember the round you were talking about that he was just sociable, was just crouching behind the
Mhm.
thing in Belong. I don't think it was like a set strat that he should be hiding there. I think that we did like a strat before that, and then when I saw him like staying there, I was like actually I was asking him that does he want me to drone or does he want to peek without the drone? Because if he was there for 40 seconds, most likely they are not gonna be expecting him to be there. And
Mm.
it was his call actually that okay, you drone, and he peeks on the drone, and he got the kill, and yeah, it was just like a roll out, like it was started to roll out after we got the kill, and it was actually I didn't realize that how long he was there because I was doing my own stuff in the other side of the map, but yeah, it was very nice round.
Yeah, uh, that's great. Quick stuff. We talked about Lewin. Amazing show up today as a duelist. He performed like he should have in tier one team. But you as an IGL, how much freedom you have given to him showcases in his game because he goes solo, takes the fight. He's not afraid to take the duels, whether it be 2v1 or 3v1. He just goes into the site, tries to make plays or the space the team needs. So you as an IGL, how do you control a player like this and who has such a great potential?
Trust me, like Levin, he's learned so much for the past 3 months. Like especially him and Marknu. Like Marknu has been helping him a lot because it's not always been like this. Like I wouldn't say that I give him full freedom if I'm honest, because he's still very unexperienced and he has been doing like a lot of like stupid stuff in practice, but that's not the problem. The biggest thing is like that he's so amazing mentality. This guy's mentality is super. He's always learning. He does mistake. I say to him, you can't do that, or Marknu or Pal or whoever says to him, you can't do that. He's not arguing. He say, okay, okay, I will learn from this. He doesn't do it next time. And I think that's one of the biggest keys that he's 18 years old. He's coming from tier 2, and he's already having this mentality that nothing is personal. He wants to learn, and I think that's why he's improved so much, that like he has the confidence. I give him freedom when it's necessary, not always, because he's still so young. He's so excited. He want to peak, and sometimes I'm saying like, no, you don't peak now because we are doing something else. But when I see him confident, of course I want as a leader on IGL, I want to get best out of him. But I think the biggest thing is that he's so willing to learn all the time. He does mistake in practice. He's instantly asking, or Mark New's telling him that you can't do that, or that was so good, keep doing that. You know, it's also positive, not always negative. And I think that's one of the biggest keys to have as a young player, all the time improving yourself.
That's good. Uh, you being one of the experienced players, whether it be your career in CS, now in Valorant, you have been in the top. Nowadays we call the tier one scene, but in the top for a very long time. How you have been helping these new kids come up, and what has been your process to nurture them and make them learn about the game or the environment or the things which you guys need to do for officials.
Yeah, I try to, like example today, I try to kind of guide them, what to do before matches, maybe what to eat, what to drink before matches. And I have always told them that like if they have any questions, they can tell me. And of course, like I'm not the oldest in the team, but example when everybody is moving into Berlin now, it's for everybody, it's a new thing, and I've been living here for this is my third year now living here. So I try to help them as much as I can, and I try to support them that if they have a problem, they can talk to me. If they don't have a problem, they can still talk to me, and I try to support them to make them comfortable, because when you are coming to a different country, you don't speak the language, you don't maybe have too many friends here. The biggest thing is to make everyone comfortable, and I know what it is like to live in another country without your parents, example, for some people and stuff like this. And I just try to basically pick up all the good things from my previous years and kind of teach them these things that might help them to be comfortable when we are playing on the stage, example.
Yeah, so you are the big brother of the team.
Sort of, but yeah, it's like kind of, yeah. To some people, yes, more, and some people no, because you need to kind of analyze what other
Yeah,
people need, because not everybody needs the big brother. Somebody needs to maybe big brother, and somebody needs to have a friend and stuff like this. So
yeah.
it's like different things.
Yeah, that makes sense. Quick couple of things. One would be Tejo, obviously. The second would be who do you think would be picking up, if anyone, or if, as you said, someone with AC nose may pick them on fracture or mind or whatever. The second question would be the quick meta changes which happens, and we have seen pros complaining about it a lot. I remember in the earlier days there weren't these much changes before the tournaments, but this in the past recent years it has been a frequent thing, and the pros have been complaining a lot about it. What are your thoughts on it? That would be great to know.
Yeah, so first of all, Tejo, I think it's a good agent. For me, it's not meta-changing agent, at least yet. Let's see what people do. For me, it's not like Chamber that you have to run it because it's so OP, Chamber, like 2 years ago, Chamber, how good it was. For me, it's not like that. I think a lot of teams should play it, especially like example us, who maybe or some other who are like predict to be like a lower tier, that we are kind of underdogs, and we should be able to do like let's say like someone like Apex or like I don't know, but you get the point anyway. I think it's a good agent to surprise, exactly because not almost all the teams that play here doesn't have experience to playing against, and it just tests. If you play Tejo, let's say we play Tejo against Fnatic, it makes Fnatic to adapt, to it, and sometimes some teams maybe are not so good on it or something like this. So I think who would play it? I think exactly Casey. I think even Fnatic also, because I think they have a good structure and like a strat-wise. I think they are very wise people as coaches and players, so I wouldn't be surprised if Fnatic does it. I don't know. I think those two teams are or those three teams exactly are the biggest things. And the second question about the meta changes, I half agree, half don't agree. I think tournaments, or let's say like kickoff, should be played on the same patch, and then not you can change it for stage 1, because sometimes there has been changes. I think last year exactly the first 2 weeks you didn't play Abyss, but then for playoffs Abyss was, and I'm not really sure that's good. And also one big thing is also for tier 2 that sometimes the patches in tier 1 and tier 2 is different, and it's hard to find practice. Let's say I think Icebox is coming back now. Let's say Icebox comes to tier 1 teams on March, but for tier 2 teams it comes on April. So of course the tier 2 teams are not going to be practicing Icebox because they don't need it, but tier 1 teams should need it, and you don't of course want to play other VCT teams because you don't want to show your strategies. And I think that's a big mistake, that tier 1 and tier 2 should always walk together and have the same patches for same tournaments or on the same times. And that would, I think, easen up it a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like a lot of players have complained about this, and coaches as well. So let's see if Riot hears you guys, and maybe those small little changes can come through our way. Uh, that's it for today, just from my side. Thank you. I had a great
Thank you so much.
chat. and
Thank
hope
you.
to talk to you more throughout the season. And all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All the best to you too, and have a nice evening or